Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Bomac's coming home, folks. Or is he? That's the question. But first, let me point something out to you. I've had numerous people reach out to me, right? And again, can't really confirm the legitimacy of some of the messages I've received and the comments. But one in particular, right, told me that she's from Team Eubank, and she's Eubank's sister's best friend. And I can tell you, they done that man dirty. He won't get a fine. He'll get at least 8 years for a gun with ammunition. He told Chris that he had enemies in the UK because he was training him. He was threatened 2 times to stop training Chris, but he continued to train him. And then I said, I said, hello, sis. Where am I at here? Thanks for your comment. I tend to believe he was set up too. Now, the thing is this. This person has gone on and commented on another channel, Sporting Docs, out of the UK. And she obviously left a comment either on his channel, or he went to my channel and read it, or she left a comment on someone else's channel. I think it's this exact same person, and said that Chris Eubank Jr. had been harassed a couple of times at his car, people trying to use tactics to intimidate him, etc. All as a result, something about him, Liam Smith fight, and Bomac as a trainer, right? So check this out. Bomac could be coming home. Now, this YouTube channel, Sporting Docs, right? They did a very interesting video. It's not just someone rambling on, like how I do sometimes. No, they put some things in context where they talk about an individual who had, I think wasn't sure if it was this past May or last year, but bottom line, something happened in May where he had a weapon with ammunition in his luggage and got caught in the Heathrow airport, just like Bomac. Now, this individual said he said he didn't know it was there, but he did claim it to be his. They arrested him anyway, put him in jail, right? So check this out. With his team of lawyers, right? They were somehow able, based on his age, based on his reputation, were able to convince the judge that the guy didn't have any ill intent. He wasn't looking to go out here and do anything destructive. He didn't have bad intentions, right, by having that weapon. So they were going to sentence him, but they ended up giving him a suspended sentence. But he pleaded guilty to having that weapon. So what the individual in this Sporting Docs, now you can go and watch the video for yourself. What I'm doing is kind of dumbing it down and paraphrasing some things for you. What he was saying, what the outcome was, this is his opinion. The outcome was that individual who got caught with that gun, because he pleaded guilty, and they were able to explain to the judge, hey, this wasn't something malicious. It was just an accident, something innocent. The guy is a seasoned traveler. He wouldn't knowingly bring a weapon here into this airport unless he would have taken the appropriate measures. It was just one of those things that happened, and he regrets it. And that could be a situation where maybe Bomac could plead guilty to having the weapon, and he could end up arguing, his defense could end up arguing a similar thing, like, hey, if it is Bomac's, which we don't know, but he may be able to get the sentence suspended, depending on what the judge decides to do with him. Because everyone who's talking about it is saying it's one of those things where Bomac's going up, he's going up the river. But it said that it's not a done deal yet. It's not a done deal. So that being said, it depends on how his legal team wants to play it. There seems to be a precedent that's been set already with someone who's been caught in the airport, Mexican individual, and had a weapon and ended up going through something just like Bomac, exact same situation basically. But the difference here is we don't know if that's Bomac weapon or not. We don't know if he's going to be advised to just say it's yours, and his team's going to come and argue, well, look, you had this individual, the 74-year-old Mexican, who ended up going through the same thing as him, and you guys suspended his sentence, and we're okay with that type of punishment because honestly, he's no threat to anyone. You can look at him, know he's a high-profile boxing trainer, and he had no ill intent. There was nothing malicious, nothing nefarious in terms of why he had a weapon. And I think if they approach it the right way, Bomac coming home, folks. But again, I don't know. But I can't see how they could justify doing something different to Bomac that they didn't do to this guy. But then again, we know how things go when it comes to that legal system, especially if there's I would say if there was an outcry from the community to lock him up. But Bomac didn't do anything. He's not a threat to anybody. So I can't see people coming out there and protesting and lock him up. One thing if he went and shot up the place or at some other place has a history of violence doing something crazy. So I just don't see that. But that being said, y'all keep cool. Go and check it out. It's Sporting Docs. And listen to that video. Very, very interesting take. But we don't know what's going to happen. But I would tend to think they got a pretty good argument if they piece everything together the right way and deliver it to the judge. But again, it depends on the judge. You know, I got friends out here trying to get Social Security at an early age just because of the shit we went through in the military. And, you know, some get the judge who can empathize with you. Some can sympathize because they've been there. And you get those, whether they've been in your shoes or not, they don't sympathize or empathize with you. They say, oh, well, now you're young. No matter what you went through, we're not giving you that Social Security. Go out there and work. You can do something, sniff airport at the luggage if you got to, but we're not giving you nothing. So it just depends on the judge. Anyway, more to come on Bomac and his situation, but I'm giving you all the facts, folks. Let's just wait and see what the next move is. But right now, that guy was detained, just like Bomac, and they didn't let him out. He had to go to trial, and you know they had to work it out. So what needs to be happening right now? Bomac's legal team, they need to be forming like Voltron and putting together their argument right now, their case, they're putting together their stance right now. And it needs to be tenable. It needs to be a tenable delivery to that judge, because if they can't defend, you know, their position against the argument or the cross-examination, they're in trouble. So whatever their stance is, it has to be tenable, and it has to be something to where he got to get that judge to see him as, if it's not his gun, or even if it is, somehow they got to see him as a victim. Somehow. Because I think this other individual, the Mexican, who got caught with a weapon, he was 74 years old, had a really good record, a role model citizen, and all of that stuff mattered. You know, it's like I always said when I was in the military and we had different award ceremonies and stuff. I say the black and white don't matter to Michael Jackson, but it does to Uncle Sam. Black and white means that white sheet of paper and the black words. So when they look at Bomac and look and see, okay, he was out there, has that gym in Nebraska, trains youths, trains amateurs, trains semi-pros, trains pros. And they see his body of work. That helps to build character and help them to see you as a human being. So I think Bomac is in a good spot when you really look at it and we kind of peel the layers back. But then again, you get some of these judges who are on fishing expeditions, and now they want to look at Bomac and was he a criminal? Has he been arrested before? What were the charges? And that could snowball into something a shit sandwich. You know, I don't know. I keep, you know, people out here on the internet saying Bomac was a criminal. He has a lengthy criminal record. Bomac is a horrible individual. These are things I'm hearing people say. A concentric feud. The majority speak very positively about him. So again, bottom line, the only way these people deal with you and judge you is on paper. That is your defense. And I think Bomac has a lot of positive stuff, because if you dwell in the past, you miss out on all future opportunities. I can't see the judge going back and looking at something maybe Bomac did when he was a teenager in his early 20s, and the man's 53 years old now. Okay, since you got into that trouble and made some bad decisions, what's the track record like now? This man's out there in the community, giving back, developing champions. I think that's going to matter. That being said, keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Bomac coming home, folks. Or is he? In the breeze.